Why do European countries receive so many Muslims? That's because Muslims don't want to live in Islamic countries. Why do they not want to live with their peaceful Muslim brothers in Islamic paradises? Because they don't exist. Muslim countries are mainly barbaric, medieval, war-ridden, violent, undemocratic, religiously obsessed hellholes with few personal freedoms, where a minority, but a significant one, kill each other like savages without compassion. So they're happy in every country that is not Muslim and unhappy in every country that is. They can only obtain equality under the law, fair employment rules, and freedom from oppression in Christian countries. Can't they see the obvious correlation? When these people emigrate, is it logical they will automatically lose the religious obsession and intolerance that blights their own countries, just because they change their address? To be fair, most immigrants just want to get on with family life and avoid trouble. Most European Asians are not the ones who committed atrocities in their native land. What's more, they're a trading race, usually enterprising and hard-working. But that's not enough for a minority, though. They want to change their adoptive country to be like the country they came from, where they were unhappy with barbaric Sharia law, etc. They don't want to integrate into society. They seek to create enclaves of little Pakistan or little Syria, etc. They're glad they get all these freedoms, but they don't honor the traditions we have built up over a long time. They reject our society and maintain only token contact. They only accept freedom of religion here because it means they themselves have freedom, and also because the law forces them to accept freedom for other religions too. If that wasn't so, they would go back to being religiously intolerant like they were before they changed their address. Naive Brits won't face the obvious because it's politically incorrect. Immigration without a high degree of integration is tantamount to invasion. Slow, controlled immigration is a boon. However, over-rapid, uncontrolled immigration of people from totally different cultures and traditions disorientates a society, makes it lose its bearings, and unravels its native culture. It melts the glue that holds a society together. The change imposed on society is so sudden and substantial, it has no chance of integrating and absorbing the incomers. This leads to resentment, internal conflict, and violence. Some Westerners have argued that the West does not have problems with Islam, but only with violent Islamist extremists. 1400 years of history demonstrate otherwise. Samuel P. Huntington Islam is not held responsible for the murderous, insane actions of its extremists. Islam is a peaceful religion, everyone says, and has no part in the atrocities, even although the offenders usually shout Allahu Akbar as they slit Christian throats. On the other hand, Christianity is held to blame for the extreme views of Christian fundamentalists. Everyone in the United Kingdom and Western Europe is encouraged to cherish and protect their own culture, except indigenous whites and particularly Christians. When they do that, they are vilified and called racist. What multiculturalism boils down to is that you can praise any culture in the world except Western culture, and you cannot blame any culture in the world except Western culture. Thomas Sowell, US economist and historian, a population voluntarily replacing itself is unique in history. That's because it's masochistic, deluded madness, and no other indigenous people in their right minds would even contemplate it. Non-Westerners cannot believe our naivety and lack of moral fiber. They're shaking their heads and laughing their socks off. We need to protect our indigenous values, culture, and traditions. If you are not prepared to fight to defend civilization, then be prepared to accept barbarism. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and share this video